Alright guys, the first one we have is question 18. So we have log x squared equals y. Log y. What does that mean for the first equation? X squared's got to equal y. Now we look over the other side and we see 2x plus y minus log 3. What can you do with that?
Log 2x plus y.
Log 2x plus y divided by 3 equals 0. Now, when it just says, yes, sorry?
I'm just say log 2x plus y equals 3.
You can also do that. What Rory suggested was, why don't you bring it over to the other side? You say log 2x plus y equals log 3, and then what Rory says is 2x plus y equals 3. Makes complete sense as well. Now I'm just going to finish off this one, alright?
Yes.
Just in case people happen to go that way. So, you got to remember is that it's always, if it doesn't tell you what the base is, it's base what? 10. So it's log base 10 equals 0. Now what's the next move?
10 to the power 0.
10 to the power 0. The 10 to the power of 0 equals what's beside it. Everybody right with that? I don't think so. Am I right? No, absolutely not. Alright. Okay, let's try this again. What's log 25 base 5? 2. 25 equals what? 5 to the power of 2. Mark the 25's position with red. This part represents the 25. Mark the base number with a green circle. Look where it appears. And mark the power number with a blue circle, and you can see that both moves actually end up the same way. You see the way we just did exactly the same movement?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what's in there, we just moved them around the same way. Okay, that's as good as I can do you. Okay. Now, what is 10 to the power 0? Sorry? 10 to the power 0 is 1. So let me get rid of that. Oh. So 10 to the power 0 is 1. So get rid of that and call it 1. What can you do next? Cross multiply it to 3, yeah? And you get 2x plus y equals 3. Everybody right with that? Now you have two choices. You can get x on its own or y on its own. Which equation should you use first? Is one of them a quadratic equation?
Yeah,
Which one's a quadratic equation? The top one or the bottom one?
Oh, right.
Underlined in red or underlined in blue? Which one's the quadratic?
Neither.
Huh? Red. Why is it red? This is squared. Does the blue one have the squared in it? Pick a letter. Which letter would you like to get on its own? We're going to choose y because it's slightly easier, isn't it? So y equals 3 minus 2x, yeah? Then we target the y from the original equation and we replace it with what? We replace it with 3 minus 2x. And what type of equation are we going to be left with now? What is that about to become? It's going to become quadratic.
I thought they were simultaneous.
It is, and it's a simultaneous equation where one is quadratic and one is linear.
Okay.
So it's done in a completely different manner.
Where did you get the
We
x?
have done these in chapter 2.
Okay.
Huh?
Where did you get the x squared from?
Here.
Oh,
X squared equals y. Alright. Now, what we're going to do next is factorise that, and we get x plus 3 and x minus 1 equals 0, x equals 1, and x equals minus 3. Yeah? I still have to find out what y is, don't I? Y equals 3 minus 2 times whatever x is. If x is 1, what does y equal?
1.
1. If x is minus 3, what does y equal? 3 plus 6 is? 9. And there's our two sets of answers there to the right. Is that okay? Alright. You can probably have a look over it again over the weekend, right? Just go over them a second time, make sure they're clean as a whistle, and then you can move on. Now, this one here. Similar. Are they all the same base number?
Yeah.
Okay, so what can I do on the left side, which is underlined in green? What can I do?
Log 2, 2x plus 2.
Multiply it to get 2x plus 2. Everybody got that far? Log base 2y. Then what you get next?
2x plus 2 is y.
Y equals 2x plus 2, or 2x plus 2 equals y. Everybody right with that? Most of you got that far? Hopefully. Now, what about this part here? Log x plus log y, base 2.
X, y equals 4.
Log base 2 xy. What did I do there?
Multiply.
Yeah, multiply them. Now, here's the trick, Sean. Do you remember where do I move where do I move this to here? If I underline that in green, I underline this one in red, and I underline this one in purple. What's the next step?
Oh, it's like 2 goes to the right,
Okay,
and then
that's the green one.
yeah,
Then where does the purple 2 go?
it goes. Is it square? Is it
It's
goes-
the power.
Yeah, power.
And where does the xy go?
Stays in the left.
And what is to the power 2?
4.
4. Now, once again, which one's the linear and which one's the quadratic? Well, it's very obvious the top one's a linear, isn't it? Why is the bottom one considered quadratic?
Because it's
It's x multiplied by y instead of x plus y. So, what we have next, guys, is we're going to do a substitution. We're going to replace this y here with this information here. Everybody happy enough with that? X times 2x plus 2 equals 4. 2x squared plus 2x minus 4 equals 0. Divide by 2. X plus 2, x minus 1 equals 0. X equals minus 2 and x equals 1. Now, there is one last step, isn't there? Y equals 2 times whatever x is plus 2. If x is 1, what's the answer? 2 times 1 plus 2? 4. And if x happens to be equal to minus 2, what would the answer be then? Minus 2. How many people got that out? Good job, lads. Got the x's, just forgot to finish off the y's. Alright. Jen, did you get out? No. Okay. Now, I know how to do this. Really easy. X minus y equals 4x minus 7. Why? Don't have the same base number. Right, that's not good enough. Right? So, you have two choices, don't you? How many people chose 2 to be their base number for the full question? Many people chose 4 to be their base number for the full question. There is no wrong choice, by the way. You'll get the answers out both ways. Now, what we're going to use is the change of base formula. Very easy to change a base formula. Now, if I want to change this to a 2, this side here, I'm going to change everything to a new base. I'm going to give everything base 2. How do I do that? Log 2 on the top, yeah? What number goes beside that? And 4x minus 7.
Good morning, we'd all 6 cheers, please go to the hall, thank you.
Okay. It's always just to hit this point.
The following students go to the hall also. Liam Forrester, Mark Newman, Nathan DeBustus, Luke Hallam, Sean Parr, Owen Fay, Alan Hickey and Connor Higgins. Thank you.
Okay. Alright lads, to hit this point home, see 100 to the base 10. I pick any base I want. Let's call it 7, just to be awkward. All I do is I take this number here, put it on the top one, take that number there, put it on the bottom one. Yeah? How do we apply this here?
Log 2x minus 1.
No, not even close. This part here, the 2x, this part, the green part, I'm not doing that right now. I'm just doing the red part.
Log 2 4 minus 7, log 2 4.
Thank you, 4 base 2 if you're using proper maths language, but I knew you knew what you meant. Is that alright?
Yes.
Now what is log 4 base 2? How many 2's do you need to make 4? You can also just put it into the calculator. 2. Happy enough with that? Now, fractions now the problem, isn't it? So multiply both sides by, or sorry, if you can do this to the other side. 2 on the top and 2 underneath. What happens to the 2's? We don't like 2's in front. What can we do there? Move the 2 inside to square it. Now all of a sudden, yellow equals blue. Square out the yellow. What do we get?
X squared.
X squared minus 2x plus 2.
And equals 4x minus 7. Bring everything over your side. X squared minus 6x
Plus 8.
Plus 8. Thanks. Then we get x minus 2 and yeah, x equals 2 and x equals 4. Everybody right with that? Okay. Drive on. This one. We learned a little lesson here yesterday. What was the lesson you guys were meant to learn?
Never plus a x is the base.
Does it still work?
Yeah.
But
It's harder.
okay, that's all that matters, right? Now here's what we're going to do. We've got to turn this here. I want to give this part a new base. This part only. Yeah? What base am I going to give it? Why did I pick 2? That's what the other one is, right? So I'm going to give 2 log base 2. I want to know what.
Good morning, we'd all first cheers, please go to the hall, thank you.
2 and x.
What goes in the blue part? What goes in the yellow part?
2 and x.
2 on top and
X on bottom.
x on the bottom. What is log 2 base 2?
4.
How many 2's do you need to make 2?
A 1.
1. You know you just calculate it, can't you, if you're not sure? Now, we have 4 log, what's it? Oh, just changed that, didn't I? It's 4 multiplied by 1 over log x base 2 equals log x base 2 plus 3. Anybody want to tell me what the next step is?
Log x base 2 is what?
Y equals log x base 2. Yeah? Now what does the formula become then? 4 multiplied by 1 over y, which is 4 over y. Equals this part here, y plus 3. What's the problem here? How do I solve the fraction problem? Quadratic equation. Y squared plus 3y minus 4 equals 0. After that, lads, y plus 4 and 1, y equals minus 4 and y equals 1. Now here's the interesting part. What does it say y is again?
Log over x.
Okay, first one, Sean. What's x on its own?
Minus 4.
Would all seconders please go to the hall, thank you.
Which one's the power number?
1 over 6.
No, before that, Luke. Which one's the power number?
Minus 4.
The power number is minus 4. What's the only number you didn't use? The 2. 2 to the power of minus 4. X equals 1 over 16. That's the part that's getting you every time.
Yeah.
This part every time. Fiona, what about the next one? Which one's the power number?
Well, x is by itself.
X by itself. Which one's the power number? The small number, the indicated number?
Minus 1. Or 1.
1 is. What's the base number?
2.
2 to the power 1?
2.
There you go. Not so bad, right? Who got that one out? If anybody? Okay. And that's it, is it? What questions did I do there?